Okay, welcome to day 4 of Turn It On Again here on Kit's Rock Review. This is our month-long tribute to the band Genesis, mostly because I'm going to go see them this month, and this is my, as I said, research for getting back into the band. And I never really got out of the band, but it's just an excuse for me to do this. Anyway, today is day 4, as I said, of our little tribute, and I'm going to start with something different. Going through my apartment the other day, I found this little old cassette. Yeah, remember these little things? This is how people used to download songs. Anyway, I don't know if you can read it, but it says on it, Turn It On Again, March 10th, 1990. So this is a 90-minute cassette, so 45 minutes on each side. And this is, I don't even see if you can even read what I put on there. This is a tape of my old all Genesis show that I had at college when I was at college. Yeah. And it's old. It's an old cassette. Anyway, as I was looking at it, I had some pretty interesting selections of what I played. And when I was going through this, there's just as many solo Genesis songs or Genesis songs on it. But on side 2, anyway, I have Please Don't Ask, which is from Duke, and that goes into A Trick of the Tail, which is a little interesting mix there. And then I have The Lamb Lies, further down, I have The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, going into That's Just the Way It Is, which is a song from Phil Collins' solo album, But Seriously. And you know what? I don't think today, if I were doing an all Genesis show, I mean, I like those songs and I'd stick them in there, but the sequencing I would do a little different. I would be a little bit more thematic with it. But, you know, I just found this interesting, and I found this lying around my apartment here. Shows you how much, yeah, this is so old that when I did this show in March 1990, this beard didn't exist. Yeah. So this cassette is older than my facial hair. Anyway, today what I want to do is I want to talk about the song that finishes side 1 and starts side 2. Obviously, when I was recording this, after 45 minutes, you know, tape ran out, so I had to go over there and switch sides. Anyway, the song that ends side 1 and begins side 2 is Watcher of the Skies, and that's from Genesis's 1972 album Foxtrot. In fact, it was the song they chose to release as a single. They released it as a shortened version because the original version is about 8 minutes long. That song starts with a Tony Banks keyboard solo, and he's playing it on the mellotron, and actually he's playing 2 chords. And I got to look down at my notes here. The 2 chords are B major 7 / F sharp and C sharp / F sharp. And he played them. He said he found those chords so interesting when he played them on the mellotron. They sounded good, very good together on that mellotron. And on other types of keyboards he didn't like that sound. It didn't quite sound right, but it sounded great on that mellotron that he had. The lyrics itself were written by Mike Rutherford and Tony Banks, and they came up with the lyrics because they were at an abandoned airfield where Genesis was rehearsing for a tour, and they looked out on the airfield, and it looked like They said it looked like Earth had been abandoned by humanity, and so they got this idea for these lyrics about what the Earth would look like after humanity left or humanity was destroyed, and so the song is basically about these aliens coming and seeing this abandoned Earth with all these buildings. And some of it is based on a book by Arthur C. Clarke. Arthur C. Clarke, for those who don't know, he wrote 2001: A Space Odyssey and 2010. His book was called Childhood's End, which is where they got some of the ideas for the lyrics for the song. And also, it's called Watcher of the Skies. That is actually based on the Marvel Comics character, the Watcher. So if you're watching Disney Plus lately and see the Watcher there on What If, that's who the song is partially based on. Now, it's famous for a lot of reasons. It's a Genesis song, but one of the reasons it's famous is that in the live concert Genesis put on in the 70s, when they sang this, when they played this song, Peter Gabriel would have this batwing like headpiece that he would wear, and so whenever they played that song and they saw that, people knew what song it was. And also, when Genesis were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010, They were inducted by the jam band Phish, and Phish chose to begin their introduction not by giving a speech. They chose to begin their introduction by playing "Watcher of the Skies." And the keyboard player for Phish, his name is Page McConnell, he even bought a brand new keyboard because he wanted to better simulate Tony Banks' opening riff on that song. So what I'm going to do in the comments today is I'm going to put both the original live Genesis version of it from like 1972-73, and I'm going to put Phish's version from 2010 at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. That's all I got for today. Tomorrow we'll do our 5th day, and I'll have a different song for you guys. Until then, just remember, keep on rocking in the free world, and I'll see you tomorrow.